A clinical floor at Emend Healthcare is a dynamic environment. While the hallways may appear calm, human behavior shifts without warning. Because shifts happen in real time, behavioral health technicians serve as the facility's early warning system. You are the primary eyes on the floor, positioned to spot the first signs of a developing crisis. This role has a strict operational boundary. You are not responsible for diagnosing conditions or assessing suicide risk. Your mandate is to observe the environment and protect the clients from immediate harm. When subtle warning signs are missed, the risk to the client compounds. These minor anomalies can cascade past safety checkpoints until they result in a sentinel event, a severe crisis, or a suicide attempt. Following the Observe, Report, Protect protocol is the most effective way to intercept that cascade. Sticking to these boundaries allows the clinical team to intervene before a situation becomes irreversible. Identifying a red flag requires knowing your client's baseline. A warning sign is any behavior that falls outside that ordinary baseline, even if it doesn't involve obvious distress. If a normally talkative client goes silent or mentions not being around much longer, they have deviated from their baseline. These are the specific moments that require a response. When you identify these shifts, you reach a hard operational limit. Emend uses the Columbia Suicide Severity Rating Scale, or CSSRS, to evaluate risk. As a BHT, you never conduct this assessment yourself. Your requirement is to report the anomaly to a nurse or supervisor immediately. This handoff allows licensed staff to step in and use the CSSRS to determine the necessary level of care. Transferring the situation to clinical staff ensures the client's safety net is activated correctly. You provide the observation, they provide the assessment. If the assessment finds a client is at risk, Emend implements a safety plan. This involves ordered observation levels, such as Q30 rounds, which require a visual safety check every 30 minutes. High-risk clients are placed on a 1-to-1 hold. This order is non-negotiable. A staff member must maintain an uninterrupted, direct line of sight on the client at all times. This includes private moments. Even if a client is using the bathroom, you must maintain visual contact. Safety protocols take precedence over privacy when a client is at high risk for self-harm. This vigilance continues through shift changes. You cannot abandon a 1-to-1 post or leave a client unobserved until another BHT is physically present to take over the observation. Maintaining visual contact ensures that a staff member is always present to intervene. This constant observation is what prevents a vulnerable client from acting on a dangerous impulse. In some cases, risk manifests as an active emergency. If a client becomes agitated or begins shouting in the day room, the priority shifts to immediate de-escalation. Safe de-escalation is built on 4 tactics: keeping your voice low and calm, maintaining physical distance, ensuring a clear path to exit, and offering the client simple choices. During these moments, do not argue with the client. Do not corner them, and do not touch them. These actions often increase the risk of physical violence. While managing the client, escalate internally. Notify your supervisor immediately. Moderate risk requires leadership notification. Imminent danger requires 911. These protocols ensure compliance with California DHCS Title IX standards. Serious incidents, like a suicide attempt, trigger mandatory external reporting to the state. Success in a crisis means diffusing the immediate threat while following the specific notification steps required by state law. Once the environment is secure and the client is safe, the physical response ends and the documentation phase begins. You are required to record your observations on the confidential log and complete a formal incident report. This creates a permanent legal record of the event and the facility's response. Remember the sequence. Identify behavior that falls outside the ordinary, report it so licensed staff can assess via the CSSRS, and maintain all ordered observation levels. If a crisis occurs, de-escalate with space and a calm voice, notify leadership early, and document the event in full. By recognizing red flags and staying within your role, you serve as the proactive force that maintains safety at Emend Healthcare.